Day 101 on Road to a Million. I'm going to keep this one somewhat brief, I would say. We'll see. I have no idea sometimes. And just got back from the sauna while my hair's still wet. I know I did hot yoga the other day as well too. I wanted to sit in some heat, wanted to talk with some people because I think I have an idea. And then I genuinely do believe that it's going to work. Yeah. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But otherwise, today was pretty. I mean, we'll just see what ends up happening with that. Today was, I think, eye-opening, I would say. Like going out and creating content, like it's fun, it's enjoyable. I like it. I just feel like I can do more in other aspects, and client acquisition should be number one. Like YouTube and that stuff can come with time because it's better to document over create. And I think it's better to have, like, I need to have some clients right now. Because like YouTube, it will be monetized. I have no doubt about that in my mind whatsoever. I think a lot of it is just I gotta client acquisitions the better route to go, because then this way I can also help out some other people along with, which I mean that's been my whole goal, is like I've been wanting to help other people become more confident. I want to help them understand themselves. I want to help them get out of their own head and realize, hey, nobody's paying attention to you. Like I can walk over a bench, did that today. I can lay down in front of a lady. I can go up and approach the girl, ask the questions, ask the Instagram, like what you do from there, that's on you. What I can do is I can help you open, and I can help you make money doing sales. Like that is something that I can do because I have a proven track record in that. I know how to approach people, know how to have conversations with anybody. Like you can check out my Instagram page. It's literally me taking photos with people that I meet. I'm like, hey, you guys seem cool. You want to take a photo? It's like, yeah, okay. And then I have a photo with a bunch of other people because talking with people is a skill. I didn't understand that for the longest time. It is a skill. And we can acquire this skill. We can. Each and every single one of us can acquire it. That's where I come into play, because I didn't have these skills at first. Like I had to test and do trials and tribulations and realize like, hey, yeah, it's actually quite easy to say ask for a discount at a grocery store or something like that. Like ask for 10 cents off or 10% off or whatever it is. It's like, well, okay. Or you can also be like, hey, I don't like this beer. Can I grab a new one? Be like, yeah, okay. You can go and lay down in public. Nobody's going to say anything. It helps you get out of your own head so that then you can start to do the things that you truly want to do. And if you're wanting to do sales, you need confidence. You need confidence to do sales. If you don't have confidence, you're not going to make money. You're not going to close the deals because somebody's going to say, oh, no, I don't like it, or go pound sand or hang up on you or call you from like out of this world. Which I had somebody do that on one of my first calls. They're like, oh, you're an alien. I was like, okay. And I just continued on with my conversation. I continued making those calls. You can kind of look at it in terms of walking as a baby. Like as you're a baby and as you walk, you take one step at a time, one step at a time. Like the baby falls down 100% of the time. Does the baby give up? I'm assuming that you watching this right now can walk on 2 feet. So clearly you don't give up. And taking that cognitive reframe of being able to be like, okay, well, if I was a child and I hurt myself or I stumbled or I fell, would I give up and just never walk again? It's like, no. There's a part of you that always does want to walk, that always will be walking. And that's why what we do here is we figure out the best ways to bring out those skills within yourself so that the more skills that you have, the better you can be in your everyday life. If that's with your friends, your families, your relationships, because everything stems from communication and confidence. If you don't have either of those, then I don't know what else to tell you other than start acquiring those skills. And you can spend a decade, half a decade, 6-7 years reading the books, practicing, testing it, trying it out. You can do that. That's what I did. I mean, I did have other people and other coaches and other people help me out. It was painful, you guys, because I could have saved a lot of time, heartache, and loneliness, I wouldn't change it for the world. I truly wouldn't. Because if I didn't do those things, it wouldn't have helped me get to where I am right now. I can help you avoid a lot of those missteps that you may take along your journey to becoming a better communicator, to becoming more confident, to becoming fitter. I can help you avoid the pitfalls and help you create systems and strategies that I myself have used that have allowed for me to be able to find and use the information that has helped me be able to approach women, make friends anywhere that I go. My cameraman, for example, ran into him just on campus, and I was like, hey, do you want to be in a video? We did a podcast around it, and then he brought in his friend, and his friend was like, yeah, we also did a podcast with him. And I liked being able to talk with these people because they're me, just younger. So, like, you guys are probably in the exact same shoes that I am in, right? Like, that I was in when I first started. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no place, like, I had an overarching idea of what I wanted to happen and where I wanted to go. And I took the necessary steps to be able to get to that place. And I can help you avoid those mistakes by telling you things that have worked for me, which I'm telling you some of those things right now. I'm actually telling you everything right now. It's go lay down in public the next time. Like, just go lay down. You might be like, I can't do that. It's like, okay, that's where I can come in and I can help you. And I can be like, hey, look, we'll do this together. I'll hold your hand. Like, we'll go up here, like, bada bing, bada boom. We both lay down on the ground. We get up. We talk about it afterwards. It's like, how'd that feel? What do you think about doing that? And you might be like, oh, that was terrifying. Like, everybody's thinking about me. And I'm just going to be like, okay. Is that truly what you think that those people are thinking? Or do you think that they have already forgotten about said thing that you just did right there because they're too focused on their own life about how they're living their world? Because what we all want to do is we want to be able to overcome that, like, voice within our head that's telling us that we have to act this way or be this certain way or do or say these certain things and behave in a certain manner because that's what society and we've been conditioned into believing is true. And that's not the case. What is true is your ability to step outside of your mind. Don't let your mind control you. Because once you do that, it's kind of like we can say you're stepping out of the matrix, you're stepping out of your own consciousness, you're stepping out and becoming strong. You're becoming the person that you need to be. Because by putting yourself in these situations that maybe they make you uncomfortable right now in the moment, as the people that I've helped, you can see this right here. Like, they felt uncomfortable. They felt uneasy. They felt, I wouldn't say insecure, but they lacked confidence. They lacked conviction. They lacked clarity. They didn't understand how to communicate in the right ways. And that's where I come in. That's where I'm able to help out. You can do it on your own. You can. You can spend 6 years if you really want to. I have no problem with that. Or we could get you on an accelerated course where you can have feelings of confidence within your first 30 days. There's a test that you take, you come out, we go one-on-one, or we can do a group. Either one, because when there's a group of people, it's kind of nice to be able to talk with your colleagues and be like, hey, yeah, this is something that I found useful, or wow, this guy is legit. Like, my friends will tell you that right now. There's like, how does this guy do this? He's right next to me, and then he just beeline to these other people because he wanted to talk to them. It's like, that's just what I do. Like, today even, I got out of the car. I was like, I want to talk to her. I'm like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I parked up, walked, turned, walked over, and they were just like, how do you, what? Like, they were in awe because most people don't do those things. And I had always assumed that you guys just do those. I've come to realize that that's not so much the case, and that's why I am here to help you understand how to become more confident. There's a couple of things that I'd highly recommend that you guys do today or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. If it's late at night, then go do it tomorrow. If it's not right now, then try and give this a go. What I would recommend, the best thing, like I'll give you guys 3 things that I did that helped me become more confident. 1, if you don't feel comfortable posting on Instagram or posting on social media or doing something like that, I'd highly recommend just posting stories, posting videos, posting you talking to yourself, kind of in a sense, talking to your phone and posting that on social media, and realize that, hey, nobody's really paying attention. You might get into your head, like I've gotten in my head a couple of times, and I've realized I ended up just like unarchiving the post that I did because I was like, this is just who I am. This is what it is. And these are the thoughts. And if you guys want to think one thing, like by all means, but these are the thoughts that I think. So I'll leave everybody else. I can't control what somebody else thinks. So that's the first one I would recommend, is just post on social media, post some content, post something that you feel uncomfortable, or it feels like, oh, what are people going to think if I post this? Post that. Just post it. Because that, one, will increase your confidence. And I'd highly recommend that you guys tag me in that post as well too, because then I can reach out to you directly and be like, wow, dude, this is awesome. Like, this is incredible. Or I can be like, hey, this is complete dog shit. We have some areas to improve. Everybody starts somewhere. You guys can see my very first video and be like, wow, this is... It's funny. It's really funny. I've been making videos ever since I was a kid, and I'll probably grab some and see if I can find some other videos as well too. I might need to. Yeah. So that's number one. Post on Instagram social media, whatever you want, TikTok. That'll help increase your level of confidence. Number two, something that I highly recommend you do is, as I stated earlier, go lay down. Just go lay down in a public place. Doesn't have to be in a whole bunch of people. You could do it in a store if you really want to. You could just do it like at a conference, convention, or whatever it may be. You could do it at a park. You could do it where somebody's walking. Just lay down for a second. Stand up. Walk away. Don't look. Just do that. Like other people, they might look. They may be like, what? And then they'll completely forget about it. And then you'll replay that in your head later that night, most likely, and be like, oh, they thought this or thought that. And that's something that you can also work on by, instead of like judging those thoughts that are coming into your head, it's just more about being aware. I can talk about that a little bit more as well too, because there are other aspects of how you can program your mind to give you a lot more clarity and sense of purpose. Because when I would do these things before, like I would replay them in my head at night and be like, oh, okay, I should have said this a little bit differently, or maybe I should have asked this question, or maybe I should have not said this thing, maybe I should have withdrawn here, maybe I should have done that. And I'd replay and create the scenarios in my head that I wanted them to look like compared to how maybe they were, because I failed a lot in the beginning of doing this, and I want to help you guys avoid those same pitfalls. The third one, and this one is something that I think you can do. You can do this in 2 to 3 ways. So I'll give you guys 3 options for the third one. You want to ask for a discount when you're getting coffee, when you're at the store, say Costco. I did it at Costco. Like there was a damaged box, and I went up to the register and I was just like, hey, this is damaged. Can I get like a discount? They're like, yeah, let me grab my manager. They grabbed the manager. I was like, they're like, what's up? I was like, I'm just wondering if I could get some off, like something off for this, just because like the packaging was damaged. She's like, that's the warehouse. Like they did that. I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, give them 10% off. I was like, okay, cool. So I got 10% off there. So you can do it there. You could do it at the grocery store. You could do it really anywhere. Just like ask for some sort of discount, no matter how small, 10 cents off, 10% off, anything. It's just like, hey, do you guys have a special like cute guy, handsome man, cute girl, cute woman discount or something like that? You ask that question and it's like, boom, okay. They'll say yes or they'll say no. And then that's a way to help you build some more confidence, because when somebody says no, you'll start to see like, hey, there's nothing wrong with them saying no. There's nothing against you. And that's the big thing. Like, to be able to gain confidence, you have to be able to get lots of rejections. And that's why, like, asking for the discount at the store, at Costco, Starbucks, something like that. You could also just ask for, like, hey, is there any way that I could, like, get a free upgrade or something like that? Like, I'm just, any way that you could help a brother out, or help a girl out or something like that. You can do that to be able to gain some confidence. And then the third option too is, like, those are, I'd say, the main 2, but if you really do need a third option, this is a little bit more high level, and it may take a little bit more courage, because it's something that I recently started doing. I had thought about doing it beforehand, But like you can always be like, you can always go up to a stranger and just be like, hey, is there any way that I could get a selfie with you? Super weird question, super random, and say it exactly like that. Super weird, super random question. Can I take a selfie with you? And they'll be like, the fuck? Or they'll be like, yeah, okay. And they might be like, well, what's it for? And you can just be like, make up some response. My response would be like, well, so like this is part of what I do. Like I'm trying to overcome social anxiety, or I'm trying to create a following of helping, like I'm trying to help men become more confident. And this is something that my coach recommended that I do. So can I just take a selfie with you? And you can say something like that, because at least at that point you have a reason as to why you're doing it. And we can work on the verbiage as well, because each person, like one of my buddies, like he needs a different angle compared to another angle, which is why I like to be able to get to know you guys first before being able to be like, okay, this is the thing that'll work for you, but this is just high level skills and low level skills as well for starting place for you to be able to gain confidence if you don't want to work with me one-on-one. Just something to consider. The other thing that we can also take into consideration is to be able to gain confidence, you need to get rejected quite a lot. And through rejection this is where like being able to ask yourself questions of like, well, why did I get rejected? How can I make sure that same rejection doesn't happen again? And if you can do something like that, then you can start to create a lot more freedom in your everyday life. So that's why we have this pre-test that I would highly recommend that you take. It's free. You can just take this with wherever you're at. If you rate on this level right here, perfect. If you rate on this level, perfect. If you rate on this level, perfect. Like each level, everybody's going to have different levels and places where they rank within the survey. If that's something that you want to increase your numbers, then that's where this one-on-one group coaching, where you come out, we spend a couple weeks together just working on gaining confidence, getting to know each other, becoming brothers in a sense. And then you can go out into the real world, because I feel like it's better if we all communicate together, like as a unit, and have like almost a getaway. And then if you want to continue working with me after the fact, then by all means. I just think the best way that I've been able to learn is like quick. It's also going to take time to change. So that's where it's like, come out, test it with me for one of the free nights that I end up going out, or during one of the days. Like just come spend a day with me, see how I live my life. As you see how I live my life and how I can do the things that I do, at that point in time, it's like, okay, yeah, if you guys want to come along, you want to watch, you want to exist in whatever way, shape, or form, then we can go forward from there. Otherwise, you guys can always give it a go on your own. I hope this helps. I truly do. And I could keep going. I think now is a good stopping point. I think I've given you guys enough information for at least you to be able to go test, give something a try, see if you like it, see if you don't. Maybe you've already done some of these things as well to be able to gain confidence. If you have, just leave a comment down below. Let me know. And I'll see you guys on day 102.